Thank you so much. And I would like to welcome all of you in this wonderful yet very interesting concept that is currently being used. I mean, it's been in the market for a few years now. The organizations, they try different strategies and different approaches to make sure that the employees, they stay motivated, they stay engaged, and having a special and key focus on the performance matrix, because at the end of the day it is the we are HR students, and we understand that the employee who serve as the source of competitive advantage for any organization, these employees need to be very vigilant regarding their performance standards, regarding their performance measures, and uh, the organizations, they try different unique and valuable approaches to ensure that the employees' performance stay top notch. Gamification is a similar concept as its name suggests, that it is the general idea of making things more interesting for the employees to enjoy, and for that enjoyment, that directly contributes towards their overall performance. Now, there are many organizations which use this gamification concept for the customers as well. Before we start, I would like you guys to think about your association with any organization that offers loyalty or reward points. I would want all of you to think about any organization of your choice that you may well be aware of, who is offering you in your country, which is offering you loyalty points or reward points. You can share the name of that organization, and from there, I can describe that. And you can always use the chat box, obviously, for that. So we will come back to that. Once you are able to come up with an answer, I will share my opinion on that. All right. So today's objectives are that we are going to define and describe that why does the gamification matter when it comes to the organizational context, and particularly in HRM, what is the role of gamification? What are the different game mechanics and design principles that are being used by the organizations when it comes to making sure that uh, all their strategies align towards gaining a competitive advantage. We will go through some real world examples of organizations as well. Uh, the implementation steps and metrics will be discussed, and then there will be a slight overview of the risks, ROI, and best practices. I have a couple of YouTube videos lined up on the same topic as well, so I will be sharing the link. If it would not be possible to show those videos, short videos during the session, I will be sharing the link with you, so you can always have a look later on. So what is gamification? As I've already mentioned, that applying game elements, for example, giving points, badges, having leaderboards, this kind of a strategy encourages the employee to participate in a kind of a competitive environment. I mean, you can always use the chat box and give me the answer. If you still have not been able to think about any organization that is offering you reward points or loyalty points as a customer, so let me tell you that think about your local store from where you are buying your grocery. They may be offering you some kind of a scheme, or from the petrol station from where you get your regular fuel. They may be having some kind of an incentive strategy to make sure that you keep on coming over and over again. If not, you can always think about the different social media platforms. If you are frequently using Facebook, if you are using TikTok or any other platform, you would know that there are certain levels that you would want to meet. For example, if you have a certain number of followers, you will be given a certain kind of a badge. The platform encourages you to do more so that you earn more. I mean, earn in terms of obviously your growth, in terms of the social media following or whatever. Uh, as far as the example of the grocery stores and the fuel stations are concerned, now these they offer you incentive-based memberships. For example, if you start buying from, for example, I'm just giving you an example. If you start buying from Walmart, they may be giving you a Walmart discount card. Now, every time you make a purchase, there are certain points that are added to your card, and on the basis of that, your category of customer is defined. For example, in the first year, you may be an entry level customer, but if you continue to purchase from Walmart and they incentivize this thing that you continue to purchase from them, you will be upgraded to the next level in the next year, which means that in the next level, you will have certain other type of discounts that you can avail. So this kind of a whole procedure, it basically ties you up with their process and you feel motivated. So whenever you are going to plan to buy grocery, you would want to go to that certain store because you know that there are certain points waiting for you and you are going to get a certain incentive. Same mindset, same approach is being used in the gamification model that is used for the employees, because there are certain points that need to be secured. For example, uh, if there is a task of making sure that the files are properly put in one place, for example, so the organization can announce certain points for completing that task. So when an employee is able to complete his or her task before time, they get certain points, and their names are highlighted uh, on the leaderboard, which is visible to all the other employees, just for motivation and incentive. You know, there is a Facebook at work also available. Most companies are using the same platform, Facebook at work. We know Facebook as a social media platform where we just go and share our statuses, where we go and share our pictures and videos, and we want other people to validate us. We want other people to like and comment on our achievements or whatever is happening in our lives. So Facebook at work offers a similar platform, which is like a more of an official platform for companies. And many big companies in Pakistan are using that platform for the gamification of their whole working environment. Now, what happens is that if I'm working in an ABC company in Pakistan and we are using Facebook at work, so whenever I do something wonderful, I share on the Facebook, on my Facebook at work status, and the other employees will be obviously liking it and giving me their comments. The company can have a central leaderboard as well. Like for the number of achievements that an employee is able to gain, he or she is going to be ranked accordingly. Now, these leaderboards, they incentivize and they motivate the other employees to stay engaged, and they would also want to be a part of that whole. Now, by the end of a quarter, everyone would be knowing that which employee is leading and which employee is at the bottom. I mean, obviously, gamification has its both ends. I mean, you would want to make sure that most of the employees they feel engaged and they want to stay interactive and they want to be in the race to win. So leaderboards, levels, challenges, and this is about applying game elements to non-game context, as Dr. Valkin mentioned as well. Now, the goal, overall objective of this is to motivate the behavior, increase engagement and learning of the employees so that they find it interesting, they find it valuable, and they find it more engaging. You may have played some games on your network. I mean, there are many mobile games which have leaderboards on which when you secure some cross some levels, you are given a certain level, a certain your avatar gets a certain kind of a ranking or a certain kind of a uh, like promotion in the hierarchy, and that gives you some kind of a sense of achievement. Although in real life it doesn't really impact on what we are doing, but in terms of our self-esteem, in terms of knowing ourselves as who we are, it does allow us to know that we are in some kind of a competition and we are leading as well. So the corporations, the companies are using gamification to boost engagement and completion rates. Now, this also allows the organizations to set achievable deadlines. Uh, yeah, I am a university teacher, and somehow I can relate to this gamification as well. I mean, our targets and milestones are largely revolved around completing the deadlines within time frame. So there is one thing that we follow over here, which is like star of the semester. We use in order to encourage the university teachers, departmental teachers. We do have a game which is called as the end result is called as the star of the semester. Our semester is of 6 months, so in this we have certain milestones that need to be achieved. So whoever achieves the milestone within time frame uh, is given a ranking or a star. So at the end of the semester, obviously the target is that we do not want to find one star out of the faculty of around 54. But at the end of the semester, we would want to have more than 50 stars because we want all of the people to achieve their milestones rather than categorize between a winner or a loser. We would want everybody to win. So gamification improves learning, retention, and performance, and it also encourages the desired behaviors. For example, if the organization is focusing largely on generating sales, or in terms of HR, it is focusing on making sure that the safety measures are being taken or the compliance methods are there. So there are certain key game mechanics which are generally used by the organization. Obviously, I mean, while you are going through this module, try to think about wherever you are working, try to think about gamifying your working environment in whatever job role you are or in whatever position you are serving. Try to think about the gamification that you can do in your working environment, in your organization using these mechanics. For example, there can be points and scoring. Like for certain tasks that are completed, you can give, the organization can give points and a score is being generated. There can be certain badges and achievement levels. This is something very interesting because I'm a university teacher and I've been working for more than 20 years in my workplace. So I do wonder that I should get a badge of spending 2 decades. I mean, I think that there should be a ranking of the teachers based on their seniority. So I would be very happy if I get a seniority badge of 20 years and that I can wear with pride because I will know that I'm from the elite group. That elite group is basically which has served more years in teaching as compared to the other people. I mean, this is just something that will make some people happy, but the organization would want to see that whether it is making more people happy or more people envious of the leaders. Then there are leaderboards and a concept of social competition. Like this is within us. I mean, we do have the element of competing within us. And when it becomes a game or something interesting for other people to pursue, so then the competition is healthy. Then there can be levels, quests, and progress bars. I mean, this needs to be something going on for a continuous basis so that the employees can stay motivated and engaged to ensure that whatever they are doing, it is being counted for and it is being it is continuously adding to their performance. And then there can be narrative and avatars. I've already mentioned that I would want to ask all of you. I mean, you may be using WhatsApp and you may be using other social media platforms. All of them are giving you an opportunity to use avatars. I do wonder that what is the purpose of using an avatar? I mean, I don't get it, honestly speaking. I mean, I would want to show my real face, but why would I want to use an avatar? That is something that I really want to know. So, if any one of you has any response to this, that how are the avatars making you look better so on the internet or on the social media, do share it with me. But this is how the game mechanics usually work. So what are the design principles that it is important that the gamification needs to be aligned with business goals? Obviously, the organization would not want the employees to lose track of what they are doing. It will want to make sure that they stay on track and everything that they are doing needs to be aligned with the business goals. It needs to make sure that the rewards are meaningful. uh, it is not only a game, but at the end of the day, at the end of a quarter, at the end of a performance review, that performance is considered as a part of their achievement as well. uh, there should be a balance of challenge and skill. I mean, it should be very carefully designed in a manner that the employees find it relevant, that whatever they are doing in terms of gamification, if their whole model is being transformed into a game, it needs to be based on a certain level of challenge and skill. It is just like uh, I mean, if the company would want to just do it for fun, then it is something very easy. But if it wants to make sure that it is done for the sake of impacting the overall performance, then it needs to be very carefully designed. Uh, Similarly, there needs to be a provision of regular feedback, and the progress needs to be visible to all the employees. And they need to keep it simple and fair. These are the basic design principles which are involved in gamification of any business activity. Now, any business activity, when we talk about any business activity, whether it is sales, whether it is accounting, whether it is human resource management, supply chain, inventory management, or any other task, there needs to be some measuring matrix, some measuring tools, some controlling tools that need to be used. There should be some KPIs, key performance indicators, which help us understand that whatever we are doing, why are we doing it, what is the objective, and what were we able to gain after completing a certain period of time. So engagement metrics include some different tools, and then there are behavioral KPIs, and then there are the learning outcomes. And at the end, the the organizations need to understand that what is the return on investment, ROI, and are we able to save any cost by using this tool, or is it like an additional cost that we need to bear? Because most of the organizations would want to outsource their gamification as well. I would suggest that there is a very popular tool called as market simulation. I hope it is the right name for this. There's a very popular tool available on the internet for the universities to purchase, and the university students can make really some good use out of it. It is called as market simulation. Now, it is a real-time simulation in which you play the role of a business manager. It is a game, to be honest. I mean, it just came to my mind that it is a game. Uh, and it helps you to learn all the different aspects of a business when you enroll in that game. As a manager, when you start working, it is a simulation in which you have to play the role of a CEO, and you have to look for after the product development, um, all the aspects of marketing and sales, all the aspects of accounting and finance, human resource management, operation and production management, and all the different tools, all the different functions of business. You need to take care of those. So at the end, that market simulation tool is that software in itself is very expensive for in Pakistan because it is priced in dollars. But uh, if if our university is going to buy that, they have to make sure that is it offering the right return on investment or not. So the gamification needs to have an implementation roadmap as well. They need to define objective and success metrics. Like, again, the question is that whatever we are doing, why are we doing it? The company needs to determine the mechanics and the specific selection of platform. As I just gave you an example, that Facebook at Work is a platform that is currently being used by many organizations in Pakistan, since most of the employees are already familiar with how to use Facebook. So this serves as an added value addition. The company can always pilot with a target group. It can always have a trial run, like using it on a selective group of people, so that the all the pros and cons and all the issues of that software or the gamification model are tried and tested beforehand, and then they can measure, iterate, and scale up. If it seems workable, if it seems practical, if it seems helpful, then the whole organization can use it. Now, there are different platforms. There are many technical. I will be sharing a video with you in which there are examples of other platforms as well, like Cornerstone, like Docebo. Even people are using Kahoot as well. There are dedicated gamification platforms. There are many vendors offering certain information. There are many vendors which are offering certain type of tools that can be used to gamify the organization working, but the organization needs to be very conscious on the fact that sharing of the personal information of the employees should be a primary concern. Whenever you outsource certain business tasks, there is a risk of like uh, sharing the information and the operations of the business, which they would not want to do. Now, there is a case study for to share an example. I would share example of Deloitte Leadership Academy. Deloitte is a very wonderful organization. It serves as a very good case study for many business practices that we do. Now, online leadership training, they have already gamified it since 2008. Uh, and it reported increase in user return rates and completion. Now, this is something really wonderful. While I was researching on the topic, I realized that there are so many business operations that can be gamified. I mean, like training and development. Let us take an example of training and development. If you want that to be gamified, there a lot of burden and load from the organization will be shifted from the from the even the employees can complete these training modules on their own in their own time, rather than just like giving them on the job or off the job training. They will be able to find time to upgrade their own skill set in their own spare time. This is something really wonderful. Like for example, if you hire a new employee in the organization, so for orientation and socialization, why would the organization want to spend so much money to and time to make sure that there is orientation and socialization? Why not have a gamified setup uh, which the employee can pursue, which the employee can start on his or her own, and that takes him through the whole process of understanding how the organization is working, how the things are being done at the organization, and what are they trying to achieve. Similarly, there is another example of SAP, which in itself is a organization that offers different platforms. The cybersecurity and micro learning, they have immersive game worlds, escape rooms to teach cybersecurity. Now, this is something very interesting because uh, the hackers or the people working in cybersecurity are given tasks and challenges to help them understand ethical hacking and to help them understand how they are going to break through the different security protocols by making a game like escape rooms. If any one of you has ever played a real life escape room, please share your story with us. I'm not getting any messages from any one of you. So if the chat is not enabled, yeah, you can send
Actually,
me a direct message. Doesn't
actually,
matter.
if
Yeah.
you allow me to interject something real quick, Dr. Hassan, I've been waiting for an opportunity to read to you and the entire audience an input from Stephen Kimani. Stephen, what follows, let me, country, various companies. the companies that give customers interaction by issuing sample quiz and gifts like airtime. One such company is Safaricom, a mobile telephone company which issues extra bonus on data, airtime, etc. That was the input from Stephen Kimanil about how this reward system works in his country.
That is wonderful. That is exactly what I wanted to hear. And thank you, Dr. Valkin, for sharing. I was just wondering that uh, usually we do get messages from the students. So I guess that due to the privacy concerns, I guess they are only sending you a message, which is completely fine with me. So thank you so much for
Okay,
sharing.
this
So
was Stephen from Kenya. He just wrote he is from Kenya. As a matter of fact, I wanted also to piggyback on what you just mentioned. I have about the chat box not working perfectly, but that is not accurate because the chat box it has been redesigned. I don't know if our programmers had in mind some type of gamification of the chat box, but the chat box, ladies and gentlemen, it is on. It is functional, and every single day get messages on the chat box. So I'm not sure, Dr. Hassan, whether you have access to that chat box, and you should actually. So if anyone from our technical team is listening attention to what's going on right now, it is highly recommended that they redesign, put the chat box the way it was initially, because this usually triggered some kind of more massive participation of the attendees, so to speak. So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, the chat box is on. So go ahead, please, like both Dr. Hassan and I are repeating, please go ahead to the chat box and just write a lot of speeches several pages. It's just about making a quick statement about any company that you know is offering rewards or gets people on board to participate somehow. And those companies, they put those things in place to, like personally, I love to shop around many stores here in the US that offer very, very interesting rewards. You can get easily $100, 200, 400, $500 when you know you are Macy's, for example, Apple, Home Depot, Office Depot. Those are certain stores that I shop with all the time. And sometimes I don't even need the items that I purchase just to get the points because at some
yeah,
point in time, to use your points, use your rewards to buy things that you need. So please, brothers and sisters, get involved. Tell us, tell Dr. Hassan, tell the community right now at this session how you enjoy rewards and games from companies or whatever online that you participate on.
thank you so much, Dr. Valkin, for that wonderful insight. I mean, online shopping, the whole model of online shopping is based around the impulse of buyers. I mean, most of the buying that is done online, uh, uh, it is about the items that we don't usually need because they create
Yes.
that need among us. Even, you know, uh, uh, I'm sure that the model of credit card is pretty old in US, but it was started recently in Pakistan. By recent, I mean like in the last decade or so, the credit cards have become really common. So they offer a lot of incentive on buying from
Mhm.
credit cards. But yesterday, I was discussing with my wife that our whole budgeting of the whole month is out of control because of using that credit card. because we get because this whole model of having that impulse that you use a card to buy something and you have to pay later. I mean, this is a big scam.
Yes.
I think this like puts you in a lot of trouble, honestly.
Yes.
So this gamification thing is obviously, yeah, it's you are right that it is a part of everything around us. So the companies, they use these tactics to engage their
To
consumers.
pull you
In
in.
our cases, yeah,
Yes, they use those things to pull people in, even if they are moving their way. They say, hey, come in. I have something for you. And you can't resist sometimes. Most of the time, you
yeah,
can't resist.
that's how it is. So
Yeah.
the same model, the organizations want to apply the same models when it comes to their employees. They want them to perform in a manner to get the incentives. Now
Mm-hmm.
the employer, the organizations can set up their reward systems based on gamification so that the employees, they feel encouraged to do more. The whole idea is to encourage them to do more so that they know that they are able to gain more out of it, whatever they are
Yes.
doing.
Yes,
All
that
right
is
then.
an
So
excellent human resource tactic or strategy.
yeah, true, true. So there is another case study of company, very famous, Cisco, and it offers the black belt and sales enablement gamification model. Now, where have we heard this concept of a black belt, yellow belt, white belt? This is basically this comes from the world of judo, karate, and martial arts. So, in which there are certain levels. To reach the maestro level of the game, one needs to get a black belt. So, if there is an employee in Cisco which has a black belt, this means that he or she is the top-notch player. So, why are these belts given? Because they are embedded with points, badges, and avatars, and they know that if you are like, if any one of you has ever tried out martial arts, I think initially you are at the white belt level because this is the first belt that you need to gain after learning some tactics and after defeating a white belt level candidate. So the black belt in itself shows that you are going through the levels of a competitive game in which you are able to gain the topmost level. Uh, uh, and obviously this is related with their employee performance. It, the model of the games is based around the whole idea or a concept that the employees, they feel that they are actually gaining something, and the company would also want to give them something in return as well, rather than just focusing on that being a game. Now there is another example of a company we are very familiar with, that is Microsoft. It offers developer achievement
Yes.
and adoption rewards, like Visual Studio achievements and gamified adoption programs used in product adoption and internal learning. One of my favorite examples is that of a company that we all know of, that is obviously Google. Now, Google, what it does is that it offers the employees incentive and benefit based on their individual work. I mean, Google encourages the employees to use the organizational resources, which includes the organizational networks, which includes the organizational infrastructure. If you are working at a company like Google, it's not about the pay only, or it's not about the challenge of work. It is about meeting people who are best in the world in what they are doing. So if you have the ability to network with them, and if you are able to find some common grounds on which you are working together and trying to build something collectively, this is something that no reward or no salary can match. So Google offers incentives to the employees to come up with their personal projects, which if that personal project is good enough, the company Google is going to actually buy that, and it is going to offer them incentive for the rest of their life if the product becomes successful. There are many examples, like Gmail is a product of an employee, Android is a product of an employee. YouTube is a product of an employee. Now, we all know that these products, we all see these things as a part of Google, but they were actually ideas of employees, which were later converted into Google's own projects. And the employees, which initially propose these ideas, they now usually get a 30% incentive of the overall profit that the company is making out of these projects. So this shows that the company is encouraging the employees to do more so that they are offered to give them return as well. As Dr. Valkin also mentioned that the companies like the shopping companies, uh, we know about those different stores, but Starbucks is also very popular. It has a very wonderful reward system for the consumers as well. And I would want to hear from Dr. Valkin if you are a fan of Starbucks. Are you?
I don't drink coffee.
Oh, why not?
I got chocolate instead.
So, what do you do when you get up in the morning? Because in Pakistan, milk tea is very famous. Uh, we are not into coffee so much. We take milk tea. Like there is tea and then there is milk. So, what do you take in the morning, Dr. Velkin? This is something really interesting.
When in the morning I just came to AIU and host a class without eating any food at all.
Oh my
Right now I
God.
am starving. I'm waiting for this to be over so that I can get my food.
So you just have to wait for another 20 minutes or so. Don't worry. All right.
Yes.
So Starbucks is a company that offers. All right, that off. Now I have to speed up as well. Now Starbucks is a
I
company that.
told the attendants that today is a celebration day. We are 2 days to Independence Day in Pakistan, so that's why we are celebrating with you, Dr. Hassan.
It's all right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we are going to do the celebration part in the last 5 minutes. Don't worry.
Okay,
As promised, I am going to sing a national song. So, but
okay.
that will happen in the last 5 minutes of our today's session. We are almost there.
Let me take my shoes off so that I can stand and dance.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So the Starbucks company it offers rewards and stars and progress and seasonal challenges to drive repeat purchases, which is pretty common when it comes to the people who are actually buying from it. Because at the end of the day, it is the objective of the organization to make sure there is a message, a direct message. All right. My experience in enterprise gaming is that in my professional career 25 years ago, I went for picnic with my mates nearby a river. I was playing to be hidden and other people looked for me. The one who found me had a reward, but curiously I saw a snake nearby. Oh,
Uh,
therefore I quickly ran to join the group and recommend my mates to not go there.
yeah, that's Sese Jules
This is an
Haba.
interesting story from
Yes,
interesting story shared by one of our group members.
Sese
So
Jules Haba.
yeah. So there are other, like I've already given you an example of Google, IBM, and PwC. They use gamified assessments and learning modules. Now the company Duolingo uses this for micro learning patterns. Now micro learning is something that is also a part of training and development when it comes to employees and their learning experiences. So the overall idea is to make sure that whatever the employees are doing, they find interest in doing that. And games, I mean, who doesn't like games? Uh, so, I mean, this is why it is a big industry when it comes to using mobile phones as well. I mean, I still play and use my console PlayStation. I play online games. Uh, Although I don't get, I mean, a lot of time to do that because my kids are using that console more than me. But whenever I get time, I like playing games. So there are sample programs that are going to give you an example that how gamification can enhance the organizational performance. Now, for example, if the company wants to increase the sales, it can uh, uh, like have an objective of increasing the selling by 15%. It can use leaderboards, weekly challenges, time limit should be there. It can offer badges and tiered levels, like the employees, they know that they are on certain levels, just like in the black belt model. And then they can use the matrix like conversion lift, like leadership board participation to ensure that their sales objectives are being met. So another sample is of compliance training. Like the objective of the organization would be to ensure that 100% of the people are able to do the certification, some sort of certification, whatever the organization is requiring. The organization wants all of the people to do their certification in 90 days. So the mechanics are that there are short quests, quizzes, and team competitions. So, what can the organization do in order to ensure that all the objectives are being met? It can focus on the completion rate, the assessment scores, and focusing on the different incident reductions. Now, there are behavioral economic hooks as well. Gamification is liked by the employees as well. As I was mentioning, that I like playing games as well because it gives you immediate feedback and you understand immediately that how are you performing, rather than just thinking in your head that you may be a very good team player but the organizational feedback is going to come next year, so you don't know, and it eventually costs the organization. It is better that you get immediate feedback, and you are able to focus on the gradual increase of your performance through monitoring your progress, and the social proof is given to you through leaderboards and teams, so that there is a hook to this as well, that behaviorally, psychologically, people feel motivated and inclined to use these tools as well. Sometimes it can go south as well where if the gamification models are not very well articulated, not very well designed, if they are not well aligned with business goals, that can be one of the big issues, that the employees, they may not find value in it because they don't know why are we doing it. How is this related to what we are doing? Uh, the company starts offering rewards that feel meaningless or unfair. I mean, I apologize for sharing this example, but there is a Chinese tool that I use for shopping. It's very famous in Pakistan. I'm not going to use the name, obviously. You know, on a certain purchase, it offers you like thousands of coins. And you feel instantly very happy that my coin wallet is gone up to like millions. But when you want to use those coins, they are just worth pennies. So it seems that the reward is like very meaningless, or you find it very unfair. This is the same model that is being used in our credit card system as well. Like if we spend 100 rupees in Pakistan, so it gives us a cashback of rupee one. I mean, this is meaningless. I mean, if you keep on spending for like 5 years, so after that, maybe you're going to get a week's budget maybe in return. 5 years is a long time for spending up some money on debt. So the overall emphasis on competition, it also damages the collaboration. And if there is insufficient measurement, it can also serve as a downside of gamification. There are some ethical concerns as well. The company should not be using gamification to manipulate the employees and to coerce them into gaining the objectives which it cannot do directly. It should be to increase their performance only. It needs to ensure accessibility, and it needs to make sure that the cultural sensitivity is there. Like there is no element of any discrimination or biasness. And most importantly, it needs to protect the privacy of participants' data as well, because that is something really critically important. So, how the company can calculate the return on investment? There are many tools, but it can link engagement to business KPIs, key performance indicators, and it is important for the organization to firstly realize what are the key performance indicators, like its sales number maybe, or its retention rate, or time to complete, time to be confident and complete the tasks. The estimation of platforms versus the benefit, like how much cost are we incurring in terms of implementing a certain platform, and what is the actual return, and that can be all the time it can be tested in pilot studies. Best practices are that always start small. The organizations should start small, pilot their gamification model with a single team, align the mechanics to intrinsic motivators. The target of the organization should be to ensure that the employees they learn to do things on their own rather than the organization forcing this gamification. The employees should be focusing on improving their own performance levels and working on their own rather than focusing on external motivation. The rewards should be meaningful, and it should be based on data rather than feelings. There is a small example like if a company wants to have a 4 week pilot plan, it can start by launching and onboarding in the first week. In the week two, there can be challenges and the feedback can be taken. In week three, there are midpoint tweaks and leaderboard scoring. And at the end, they can always see the reward results and do the controlling process by scaling the decisions.